this tutorial video for On Deck Baseball, we're going to be going over errors committed in the field. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our first batter, which is Rollins. I'm going to show you our defense real quick. In the field, we have the Knights. So we have Alcova in second base, Gabriel in right, Torres in third base, Garland in left, Valenzuela at catching, Cheney at first base, Rowe shortstop, Good at center field, and Tucker is DH, so he won't come into play. Notice their fielding column is all filled out as well, so you have all the ratings there, so we know what type of fielders they are in the field. So first, we're going to assume that we rolled an error on the batter's card. So we'll say that it was a red 6 and a blue 2. You'll notice that the E with the question mark. Once we have that done, what we need to do is roll once more on the batter's card matrix. It's basically like a shift button on a computer. What that is going to do is going to tell you that certain outcomes will either be able to switch into an error depending on the outcome on the fielder's card, or a walk will turn into a hit batter. A home run will actually give you a chance to rob the home run on the fielder's error chart. Base hits could lead to extra bases off of the base hit due to an error, and of course they could reach base due to an error on one of the outs. In this particular situation, the star for the special situation chart does not come into play, so if that is rolled, you can just either roll again to figure out what the outcome is going to be, including the error. You would have to roll again, or you could negate the entire outcome and just use a special situation chart. That's really up to the user. So we're going to go ahead and roll our dice again to see what kind of error we're looking at. We have an 8-1, so it's going to be an error on a fly ball, possibly. I'm going to roll on a fly ball chart. It is an 8, so it's possibly an error on the left fielder. We'll notice that Garland is our left fielder. His fielding rating is a 3. We're going to go ahead and find Garland and bring him up. Here's Garland. You'll notice that left field, he is a 3 fielding. And we're going to reference his primary position chart since he is playing left field and that is his primary position. I'm going to roll on the primary position chart and see what our outcome is. So we rolled a 10. Under 10, we have a sad face, so the error was committed, and it's only one base. So Rollins would reach first base on an error by the left fielder. If we were to roll a 1 or a 7, that would be a 2-base error. So on the error, Rollins would have reached second base. If we would have rolled an 8, Garland would have made the play. Now you could either figure that in as a starred play, as in a spectacular play, something that you would see on ESPN highlights, or you can just say that he was a routine catch that he actually made and didn't foul up, depending on how you want to play the game. So we're going to try that again. Take our runner off, and this time we'll use a different batter. We're going to use Walker now. We're going to assume that we rolled an error again. We're going to roll, see what that error is. A 9-2. So that is a walk, so that means that it was a hit batter. So Walker would be on base due to a hit batter. I'm going to try one more. We have McClure here. The error would have already been rolled. And we'll roll to see what the error outcome possibly is. And the error possibly could be on a double. So this will be a little bit more interesting. We're going to assume that McClure is already at second base with a double. Now on the play, we need to see if he gets an extra base or two. So we're going to roll on the outfield chart because a double is going to go to the outfield. We assume most clean base hits will reach the outfield. And it goes to the right fielder. Our right fielder is Gabriel. We're going to get Gabriel out here. Gabriel is a 2 fielding, so not a great fielder. And we're going to roll on his primary position error chart. You'll see that there are no happy faces there. So a 10 is a 1-base error. That means that McClure has reached third base on the error after he reached on a double. So he gets a double and reaches an additional base on an error. Oh, let's try just one more. We have Millar up. I'm going to go ahead and roll, see what the possible error is. A 2-2. And that is a K, so that is a possible error on the catcher. So let's look at our catcher, who is Valenzuela. Valenzuela is a 3, so he's an average defensive catcher. He is in his primary position, so we're going to reference the primary position fielding chart. We're going to roll. We have a 2, and he does commit the error on the strikeout, and the batter reaches base. So that actually means that you could have 4 strikeouts in the inning. You could possibly have 5, 6, whatever it takes to get the final out of the inning. But knowing the rules of baseball, that is a possibility. So that is errors on the error chart. If you guys have any more questions or comments, please leave them below. We will continue to post more tutorial videos. If you have any suggestions for additional tutorial videos that we may not have covered yet, please let me know and we'll be sure to do those.